Right. The Premier League have today approved changes to the league's associated party transaction rules. To clear up exactly what that means, we are joined now by Chief Reporter Kaveh Solhekol. Welcome. I'm just saying thank goodness that you're here. Most of us, it doesn't really mean anything. Explain exactly what it does mean.
Well, just to put it really, really simply, basically what's happened is that earlier this year, Manchester City challenged the legality of some of the Premier League's sponsorship rules. So we had a arbitration tribunal over the summer that looked at the arguments of both sides, and a month ago it decided that in actual fact some of the Premier League sponsorship rules are unlawful. So what the Premier League did is said, okay, fine, we're going to go away and make some amendments to the rules, and we're going to get the clubs to vote on those amendments. Manchester City straight away said no. You can't just fix this by making a few amendments. These rules have been proven to be unlawful. They are now null and void. Just making a few amendments is not going to sort things out. But the Premier League pressed ahead, said we are going to make these amendments to these rules and we're going to have a vote today. Now, some people thought that the vote was going to be on a knife edge. It was going to be very, very close. But at the end of the day, the Premier League have won pretty easily because they've got 16 clubs to vote in favour of the amendments. And only 4 clubs, including Manchester City, voted against them. Going forward, what it means, I don't want to get too technical, but one of the main things they were arguing about is Manchester City was saying, at the moment, club owners can lend their clubs money, interest-free loans. And they were saying, look, it's unfair because these loans need to be at fair market value. So going forward, if you're a club owner and you want to lend your club money, you can't give the club interest-free loans. The interest on the loans has to be at fair market value. OK,
that makes sense. Just finally, though, I guess, I mean, who is the victory for then? We know it was the 16 to the 4.
Well, I mean, in the old days, we wouldn't have these kind of votes. You know, everything was done unanimously. We've got into a situation where Manchester City are taking legal action against the Premier League, an organisation that they are part of. You'd have to say today the victors are the Premier League, but we all know that just 3 miles away from where this meeting is being held at the moment, the Premier League shareholders meeting, there's a hearing going on into the more than 100 charges that the Premier League have levelled against Manchester City. So I think that is the far bigger issue, and that is still ongoing. These are pictures you can see of the meeting this morning. Club executives arriving. That's a hotel in central London. The meeting started at 9 o'clock this morning and is going to go on until mid-afternoon. But I think the Premier League basically said is, let's have this vote straight away and get this matter out of the way, and then we can deal with everything else that's on the agenda.
Yeah, so that's what we know. Is there anything else they're going to be discussing today of any note? Just to
well, this is like a normal, scheduled Premier League shareholders meeting. So there will be lots of things on the agenda. Sometimes, for instance, you get Howard Webb from PGMOL turns up and gives a football update. So there will be things maybe about semi-automated offside technology that was supposed to be introduced that has been delayed. So there's a lot on the agenda. It is not just this really complicated issue of associated party transactions.
Yeah, which we'll keep everyone on top of as well. For now, thank you very much indeed, Kaveh.